Welcome to the lecture series of signal system. In the previous lectures we have seen what the energy signal is, what the power signal is, and how we can identify a given signal whether it is energy signal or it is power signal or it is neither energy nor power signal. In this context we will include another type of signal which is causal and non-causal signals. So the concept of identifying the signal whether the given signal is causal or it is non-causal is quite simple. If signal exists for t greater than 0 means if signal exists for the positive values of t only, then signal can be identified as a causal signal, and if signal exists means signal has some value only for negative values of t, then this signal can be called anti-causal or a non-causal signal. So if and only signal exists for t greater than 0, it means that for t less than 0 the value of signal is 0, then this type of signal can be called causal signal. I will share the document in the next slide. Suppose there is a signal xt and value of this xt is less than 0, value of this xt is less than 0, value of this xt is equal to 0 for t less than 0, means for the negative values of t signal has a 0 amplitude. It means that then this signal can be called as a causal signal. For example, as given here, unit step function. Unit step function, the definition of ut is equal to 1 when t is greater than 0 and it is 0 when t is less than 0. It means that this signal exists only for the positive values of t. That means this is a causal signal. And if this signal exists for only when t is less than 0, means the signal is 0 for t is greater than 0, as mentioned here, xt is said to be anti-causal if xt is equal to 0 for t greater than 0, means the signal have some amplitude only for the negative values of t, and for the positive values of t the amplitude of the signal is 0. In that case signal is called anti-causal signal, or it may be called non-causal signal. Suppose signal exists for both the regions, for positive and negative regions both. Suppose the signal is something like this, then because signal has existence for negative values and for positive values also, then such type of signals are called non-causal signals. I will explain you much with the help of some examples given here. Here, for the discrete time signals, a signal xn is said to be causal if xn exists for only for the positive values of n. For negative values of n, this xn is 0. And as in case of continuous time signal, the signal is anti-causal if it is 0 for n is greater than 0. Come to the examples. The first example is e power 2t u t minus 1. So from the concept what we have seen, to identify whether the given signal is causal or it is anti-causal, what we have to, how to test the signal is, I have to check the signal whether this signal exists for negative values of t, or it exists only for positive values of t, or it exists for negative and positive both values of t. Look at the example 1 given here, e power 2t into u t minus 1. Here ut minus 1 will play major role, because ut minus 1 will exist only for t greater than 1. The plot of ut is, ut will look like this, ut will look like this, and when we will plot ut minus 1, it will look like this. It will look like the signal will be shifted right by 1 unit. So this will be the graph of ut minus 1. Because this signal ut minus 1 is multiplied in e power 2t, it means that the signal e power 2t will exist only for t greater than 1. It means that the given signal has existence only for the t greater than 1. Means xt will have some value. Xt will be equal to e power 2t for t greater than 1, and xt will be equal to 0 for t less than 1. Because of this multiplied signal ut minus 1, this signal exists only for t greater than 1. So it means that the signal have existence only for the positive values of t. It means that the given signal is a causal signal. If we draw complete diagram, this is e power 2t, this is graph of e power 2t, and this is the graph of ut minus 1. When we will multiply these two signals, we will get the signal only in this region. Here the value of the signal will become 0, and in this side value of the signal will be e power 2t. From here we can observe clearly that the given signal exists only for the positive values of t. It means that the given signal is causal signal. Look into another example. The second example says that u minus t plus 2 is multiplied in the signal e power minus 3t. So e power minus 3t will exist both side, something like this. So e power minus 3t is a non-causal signal, but this signal is multiplied in the u minus t plus 2. So we have to plot u minus t plus 2 first. Then this is graph of ut. To plot u minus t plus 2, we will shift signal. First we will shift the signal left by 2 unit, means this signal will look like this is ut plus 2, here is 2. And when we will draw u minus t plus 2, it will look like, we will take reversal of the signal about y axis. So u minus t plus 2 will look like this signal. It means that the given signal will exist for negative values of t as well as for the positive values of t also. Here the signal exists for negative values of t, and it will exist for positive values of t also. It means that the given signal is non-causal signal. The given signal is non-causal signal. The next example is 3 sinc 2t. This is sinc function. Sinc function will look like this. Something like this. This amplitude of this signal is 3 here. So it means that the signal will exist for both values of t, positive and negative. It means that the given signal in the question number 3 it is also a non-causal signal. Again, ut plus 2 minus ut minus 2. Ut plus 2 will look like the ut shifted left by 2 unit. Ut will be shifted left by 2 unit and minus ut minus 2. It means that ut will be shifted to right by 2 unit. When we will subtract these two signals, means when we will plot ut plus 2 minus ut minus 2, the signal will look like, when we will subtract second signal from first, it will look like this. This is signal ut plus 2 minus ut minus 2. It means that the given signal exists for positive and negative values of t both. It means that the signal given in the question number 4, it is also a non-causal signal. Again, question number 5, xt is equal to cos 2t. Cos 2t will look like something like this. This signal also exists in both region, positive and negative values of t. It means that it is also a non-causal signal. Sin 2t ut. Sin 2t like cos 2t, it is a non-causal signal, but it is multiplied with ut. It means that this signal will exist for only positive values of t. It means that this signal is a causal signal. Because of this given ut, because of multiplication of ut, sin 2t will become causal from a non-causal signal. Again, un plus 4 minus un minus 4, like this signal. This signal will also exist from minus 4 to plus 4, like this. This will exist from minus 4 to plus 4. This is the signal. This is the signal from minus 4 to plus 4. It means that this signal has also existence from on both side of the y-axis. Means this signal also exists for negative as well as positive values of n. It means that this is also a non-causal signal. Again, 1 power 4 un plus 2, 1 by 4 power n un plus 2 minus 1 by 2 power n un minus 4. This signal will also exist. This will also exist on both side of axis. It means that this is also a non-causal signal. The next signal is 2u minus t. U minus t means this will exist only for the negative values of t, and this will be 0 for positive values of t. It means that this is an anti-causal signal. Anti-causal signal. Again, the next is u of minus n. If it is un, we will take reversal of the signal about y-axis. This is u minus n. This signal is also an anti-causal signal. Anti-causal signal. Okay. There is another signal, another type of signal, which is deterministic and random signals. So we will brief you about this signal in few minutes. Deterministic means the signal which have some finite values and fixed pattern. If the signal has some fixed pattern which has some regular pattern, then the signal is called deterministic signal. And random signals does not have any fixed pattern. Like deterministic signals will look like, these are some examples of deterministic signals which have some fixed pattern. But random signals, about random signals we cannot say anything. They will look like nothing is fixed here in the random signals. So the signals which have some fixed pattern are called deterministic signals, and random signals which does not have any fixed pattern, how they will occur, when they will occur, we don't know anything about the random signals. So this is all about the types of signals. From the next lecture we will see types of what the system is and properties of the system, or we can say that types of the systems, from the next lecture. Thank you.